going on, Dows? Pretty easy mulligan to start the day off, right? Just like desperately needs a second land. Hey, this is a keep, but we're not excited about it. Gonna bottom that, hoping to find any other. This is the only land in our deck that doesn't cast Coiling Oracle. This is the only land in our deck that doesn't cast Coiling Oracle. Hey, Rander Viking, with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I should take those commands out of the stream title because the bot is currently dead. The bot is currently dead. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. A Broken Wind Eldritch Evolution should be without the Exile Clause. I think it'd be fine. I think they put the Exile Clause on it mostly for Standard. Although in Modern it would be fun because in Modern, maybe they have it in there for Modern. So in Modern, if Eldritch Evolution didn't exile itself, you could evolve a 3-drop into a Dark Dwellers and then evolve the Dark Chest. Things are going according to plan. And then evolve Dark Dwellers into Elesh Norn. Yeah, I think that was what they wanted to not have happen. That also, like, and remember, Dark Dwellers and Evolution were both legal in Standard at the same time, so I think part of it was that too. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Could be looks like Mardu Pyromancer. Looks like Mardu Pyromancer. So I really don't. Okay, yeah, sweet. So they're not getting another swamp. We do have to kind of be conscious of Blood Moon. I don't think Blood Moon is stellar against us in general, but this hand, the mana's been a little bit awkward since we drew the basic mountain. I'm gonna fetch a basic forest here and just slam this Bounding Krasis. How much airline suck? I mean, it depends on your airline, right? End step my 3/3, have it die to a bolt. So these creatures used to be like strictly worse than the Deceiver Exarch in these bolt matchups when you had back when you had Splinter Twin, because remember Splinter Twin went just right on the creature, but because Bounding Krasis, or because the Kiki combo always loses to Lightning Bolt because Kiki's a 2/2, like there's less incentive to not just like play the better Fish Lizard, the slightly bigger Fish Lizard. I assume he's gonna die in a fire here, but something's gonna die in a fire at some point. I don't know, you're literally watching the first game of Magic we're playing with this deck, so I don't really have an opinion on how good or bad the Geist is. Let's fire him up, though. I do know that when I added Coiling Oracle to the deck, I cut Serum Visions to do so, which removed the sorceries from our deck, which meant Tarmogoyf was less appealing, because when Goyf's just like a 2/3 and a 3/4, it's just like not very impressive, right? Wow, they just took 5 there. What is in their hand? Do they have Blood Moon? I feel like we're about to get Moon, that I'm going to be a little sad. Nope, just PZ, sure. What's going on, Jub? Alright, well, I'm going to kill this at end step, right? Sure. Sure. Just gonna smash these in. Okay. Undying is not persist, they come back bigger, so if they want to trade for these will come back as 3/2s, which is fine for us, I think. They're up to 4 cards in their discard pile, so they can Bedlam Revelast this turn. This is a style of matchup where our Birds of Paradise are going to board out because they're not particularly good in grindy matchups. Although, hey, look, we found something. Oh, wait, did they shock me? Oh, they shocked that. They shocked that. That makes sense. It's like, why didn't I have to discard a card? So we'll play this bird out. Have you heard about my bird? I guess I could have looted with the Izzet Charm, but the Izzet Charm needs to kill this Pyromancer, right? Feels like the Izzet Charm needs to kill this Pyromancer. I'd be surprised if this dies in response. Hoping to draw like Bloodbraid Elves. I'm gonna wait to crack this because I do have Tireless Tracker in my deck. Like if we draw Eldritch Evolution, I can turn this into Tireless Tracker and then draw a card. I think I just want to get Huntmaster of the Fells, right? Is it Huntmaster, or do I want to try and turtle up a little bit and get a... We're definitely casting the Evolution, so it's like Huntmaster or Courser here, I think. I could just turn the bird into a Courser. I haven't played a land yet this turn. Scavenging Ooze is a little bit too fragile. They played a Terminate, so that means they probably have hard removal left if they have anything. Scavenging Ooze seems loose because it could die to Fatal Push. So, do I want Courser or do I want Huntmaster? Yeah, that's fair, Burgle. It also, like, generates us some pseudo card advantage in the middle, right? And there's something to be said for, like, trading in a bird versus trading in a 1/1. Evo into Elf. That's not something you want to do. Okay. They haven't found a Faithful Suiting yet, which is good for us. This Bedlam Reveler's a little scary. Alright. I guess I'm just passing here then, right? Yeah, they've already played Dreadbore and Terminate. A lot of these decks only have 2 to 3 of those at most. Yeah, trying to outgrind the Mardu deck is definitely difficult. This is probably a bad matchup for us, I'd imagine. Yeah, this is why it's impossible to outgrind them. Because they get to do that. They get to rebuy their Treasure Cruise with Gulligan's Command. Izzet Charm can potentially loot us into stuff. Yep, yeah, direct message on Twitter works. Yeah, the bot's still dead. If Treasure Cruise was red, this deck would play Bedlam Reveler over Treasure Cruise. Just for context. Bedlam Revelers. I wish my opponent was casting Treasure Cruises because I wouldn't have been able to play a second here. Alright, they're very dead. Like I said, this matchup's probably atrocious for us. I want all of these out of my deck. Extra Tracker, Thragtusk. Abrade, Roast, Pia. I think I just want most of these things. Honestly, it's probably just a mostly combo out matchup. It's like cut a couple of these Krasis and the Kiki too. It's like board in a bunch of fair shit. It's like try and mid-range them. I don't know if mid-ranging them is probably losing proposition, but like their deck's so packed full of removal that like comboing them is also losing proposition, so they're kind of between a rock and a hard place regardless of which direction I try to go. If I'm bringing in, I'm actually going to bring in another Bounding Krasis and trim a Bolt here, because like I've got so, like we're boarding up to so much removal here. I think 9 is probably plenty. 9's probably plenty. So, yep. Need to put my noise gate on because Declan's watching a show in the background. Would you rather have Bolt than Abrade? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Bolt's just strictly better, right? Bolt's strictly better. They shouldn't have any artifacts that I care about. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Bolt is less mana and flexible. Should not have any artifacts that I care about. Good catch. Thank you. I wanted an aggressive 2-drop that generated value with Eldritch Evolution. When I cut Serum Visions, Tarmogoyf became less appealing because I no longer had a critical mass of, what's it called? Instants and sorceries. Kiki plus Coiling Oracle is how we outgrade them. That's, yep, sure. Alright, I think I'm supposed to do this on 2, so I could potentially do this plus land drop on 3. Abrade's very good in this format. It's just like additional spot removal past your lightning bolts, and it's very good at cleaning up random extra artifacts. It's extra removal in matchups like humans, but it's also answers to things like ensnaring bridge and cranial plating against other decks that have must answer artifacts. It's a very flexible card. I think if your deck has red mana and can't also produce black mana to play Culligan's Command, you should probably be playing some Abrades in Modern. Just like good flexible card, okay mana cost, like not as efficient as Bolt, but it's more flexible than Bolt. This is probably getting Stomping Ground, and then we'll go this into this. I don't think getting super aggressive to start is really going to pay off. This feels like a match where we need to play for a little bit of a longer game as opposed to trying to just aggro them out. So we'll go tapped land into Strangleroot Geist Smash next turn, and the following turn we play Courser. Generally, you want your Courser to be like a 4-drop because you want to give yourself a chance to hit a land with it off the top of your deck right away so it can draw a card immediately. In a format like Modern, where there's a big diversity in the archetypes that you're going to be playing against, a card like, yeah, get fucked, get out of here. No instants or sorceries. There actually aren't that many instants or sorceries in our deck, and we boarded out our 3 evolutions, so it's like not quite a 2-for-1, right? Because they did discard a Lingering Souls, but it's kind of okay for us. Nah, I don't think so. Get they Blood Moon us, they Blood Moon us. I think that card's not particularly good against us, so they likely boarded it out. Just what tilts. I'm sure now there's not going to be a land on top of our deck. Yeah, of course not. It's like draw lands every draw step except the Coiling Oracle flip. Like typical good beats. Good quality beats. What sound? Did the noise gate do the pop thing again? That's not some people, that's all people. Yeah, sorry. I can't. It just has to happen. When I stream in the mornings, it just has to happen occasionally. It's a bug in OBS. But without the noise gate, the microphone picks up what Declan's watching on the background, and then my videos can't get posted. So, sorry. It sucks, but it is what it is. Well, they have 2 cards left, so normally this is the part where I'd say we're in a good spot, but like one of their cards is Treasure Cruise attached to a 3/4, so we're probably just pretty fucked. Fetch a basic island out of my deck because I don't think I want to draw another Strangleroot Geist. I think our average draw is better than drawing a second Geist here. The bot is dead. The donation queue is here. Oh no. Oh no, how will I ever figure out what I have to discard? Magic's fun sometimes. Definitely. I don't, like I said, I don't think this matchup is good, but we're definitely running a little bit bad in these couple of games. I guess there's a world where they draw a bunch of bricks, right? Not possible. They play Faithless Looting. Joke's on you, opponent. I only have 1 spell and I'm casting it. Gotcha. Gotcha. We're the real winner here. I guess with these lands, like if we hit a Tireless Tracker, we could like generate a bunch of clues and possibly grind them out, right? We can also draw Jace and like brainstorm some of these lands away. Eternal Witness. That seems okay. I could pick back up Coiling Oracle or Courser of Kruphix here. Let's start by hitting them for 3. I think it's just Courser of Kruphix. Feel like it's Courser of Kruphix. The Coiling Oracle could guaranteed draws a card, but the Courser presents a you need to have a specific answer to this type card, which is nice. Now this could go either way. Maybe the Coiling Oracle is just better. No, I boarded our 1 copy of Kiki out. I boarded out the Eldritch Evolutions. Because Eldritch Evolution is very bad in these grindy matchups. Scavenging Ooze is a good card. There's 2-3 creatures in graveyards, plus a Lingering Souls. What a fucking tilt. I should have. This is a reason to have gotten the Courser. So like the Courser is worse against removal, but is better against discard spells. Should we draw a spell with Coiling Oracle? So that could have gone either way. Probably can't attack here unless you have another Bedlam Reveler. Okay. Oh, it's incredibly frustrating. Just actually all lands except for the Coiling Oracle hits. Hey, Fox with the 8-month resubscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the scary part here is they have a bunch of spells in their hand, right? Because if they didn't just take command by Treasure Cruise. Yeah, like I said, I definitely don't think this match is good, but we've also like run exceedingly bad here. Like on top of flooding out, we also haven't drawn any of our copies of Raging Ravine, of which we're playing 2. Like we have things that help when we flood, we're just not finding those either. Tracker, Jace. Okay, I'm fucking done. Go to the next one. Just brush it off and move on. Move on with your life. Mono lands versus Cake Bamba Treasure Cruise. Not gonna go your way. Not gonna go your way, turns out. Let's try again, shall we? Everyone's morning starting off better than mine is. Yeah, I've got a Glen in the board. Got a Glen in the board. I put some Scavenging Oozes in the main deck. Glen's a good suggestion. It gives us access to counter magic that we can't cascade into. There's literally one right here. Hey, I don't know what this does. Are you referring to the deck or the Twitch Prime? Because the Twitch Prime helps keep me streaming, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Welcome back. You're sending your fun money this way again this month. Seems pretty good. This hand needs to draw one land, so I'm sure we're just gonna draw spells and never see a land this game, because that's how the morning's been going. Land? Gosh. Oh, you know what? This was a nah, it wasn't a mistake. I'm gonna shock myself and pass. So I took 2 points of damage there as an opportunity cost. Okay, that's a Raging Ravine. That's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just jam Strangleroot Geist here, I think. Hey, Bronic, with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Thank you. So if they have spot removal into Liliana Edict, we could be a little bit sad. I'll have to spend a bolt finishing the Liliana, but like, that's kind of a 2 for 2, right? Like they traded the bolt for the Strangleroot Geist, and then, hey, Sadistic with that brand new tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Thank you. I'll start by attacking with this. If they try and kill this, I might just spell pierce them with the Izzet Charm. I think I'm just gonna protect this. I'd rather keep this on the board and use my mana this turn rather than cast Birds of Paradise. Alright, I don't know if they auto-pass by mistake there or what, because that went a little bit quick there. No, I haven't played it yet. The deck seems really sweet, though. Seems pretty powerful. So if they play another removal spell on this, I think I'm just going to go Bird Scoos, just because, like, that's 3 pieces of removal out of them at that point. If they don't play removal here, I kind of just want to, like, Bounding Krasis them next turn. And just, like, keep beating them down. I think I'm going to do that. Mickbur, there is a donation link underneath the stream. If you're on mobile, you gotta go to the information section. Normally I have a bot command, but the bot is currently dead. Gemstone got bought out in the EU. PCG Finance is the worst. Alright, so we're just gonna like end step, diddle their Goyf, and then untap, attack them for 6. The bot got banned on Twitch for some reason. I would like to diddle your Goyf. Oracle's not a bad draw. So this puts them to 7. So we haven't had a land for a while, so maybe Coiling Oracle could do some good for us. Perfect. Play this Birds of Paradise. Means we have a Raging Ravine to fire up next turn, so opponent stumbled a little bit here and we had some interaction for their interaction. So it looks like we might be able to get him here. Alright, so in response to this, this is still a 2-3, right? So I can just bolt this in response. There's already only instant land in the graveyard. So once my creature hits the bin, my opponent's Goyf will be too big to bolt, but before the creature hits the bin, I can go ahead and do this. We'll bin an Eldritch Evolution here, and then they're just dead on board to my Raging Ravine, right? There's no reason to show them more cards. Alright, so this is probably a Blood Moon matchup. Probably not a Glen Elendra matchup. It's definitely a Jace matchup. It's maybe a Roast matchup. Is this... I don't actually know if Blood Moon's supposed to be in this deck or not. Actually unsure on that. I want to cut my birds and my Eldritch Evolution. I'm pretty sure I want to cut the Kiki too. I'm going to bring all of these in. Bring in an extra Abrade. Maybe it's just Fulminator Mage. I don't mind just submitting like this. I don't mind just submitting like this. Yeah, I think the beatdown plan is like okay in this deck. I could see it being right to leave Kiki in like a couple of evolutions in my deck. But evolution's just so medium if you can't keep creatures on the board. And like they're an attrition grind us out deck. I actually know what the card Tallow-Wisp does. For being honest. Seems great. Turn 1 Raging Ravine, turn 2 Strangleroot Geist. Whenever you cast Spirit Arcane spell, you may search library for creature, reveal it, and put it. Enchant creature card. Nah, that's probably too cute. The fact that it doesn't fly is pretty bad. Like, a big draw to that Spirit's deck is the fact that all your threats are evasive, so like, having to get involved in combat on the ground sounds pretty bad. I probably just shouldn't have, like, if I'm not bringing in Blood Moon in this matchup, it probably just shouldn't be in my sideboard. No, yeah, there's a reason why we weren't playing Geist. Well, we weren't playing Geist last night because there wasn't a Geist in the donation list that was submitted, but I agree with not putting Geist in the deck. I don't think Geist is a good addition. I think that's not the axis you want to fight on. Blackcleave Cliffs, opponent's a professional Dark Confidant player. Probably go Steam Vent's Courser this turn. Now Tap Land Roast is kind of appealing. Magic players are so lazy. Just literally Google it. Literally Google it. Hey, McBurrow with the $20 donation. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Refresh my dashboard so it pops up here. The colorless Eldrazi deck that won the Classic. Sounds good. Into the queue it goes. This is going to be the only modern deck we play today. We're going to play Pauper this afternoon for the first time in a while and give that a try. Let me go. Yeah, right? Alright, so do I want to roast something or do I want to stick a 3-drop here? That's the question. Actually, the bigger kind of philosophical question here is, whose team is Bob on? That's kind of the question I need to answer for myself right now. So what do we think, chat? Whose team is Dark Confidant on right now? I feel like he might be on my team. I feel like Bob might be on my team. You think so? Well, like, so here's the problem, Burgle. If I kill the Bob instead of the Tarmogoyf, I basically can't attack, right? Like I'm done attacking if I kill the Bob instead of the Tarmogoyf. I literally can never attack through this Goyf until I draw like a Scavenging Ooze or my second roast. Yeah. I think the people that are saying we should kill the Bob here are incorrect. Because like we literally just stop attacking, which is as good as card advantage to them. Like if I can't attack at all, it's all the same. I think the Goyf beats us going long too. I think I'd much rather just like, especially like with this Bloodbraid Elf in my hand, I think I'd like to hit them. Just. It's unfortunate that they are a professional Dark Confidant player, because he's done 0 in 2 turns, but. That's really good because it means they can just bolt this to kill it. Alright, I'm gonna get a basic island here and cast this Bloodbraid Elf. thing. They're not aggressive. We have Bloodbraid Elf, and Tracker gets huge. And like Tracker can keep up with Bobs in some ways. They have a Raging Ravine out too. I think this is dying. I think the way they pause, they have another, yeah, they have another removal spell. Come on, Bob, do some damage to him. I guess that counts. What do you want to watch? What do you want to watch? You want a bar? Okay. Carnage Tyrant and Jund sounds like complete and total nonsense. I think the format's not nearly that inbred. I think some people are inbreeding their decks, but I don't think the format's nearly inbred enough to put Carnage Tyrant in your Jund deck. You want pretzels? Do we have bowls down here still? All the bowls upstairs? Great. I run upstairs and get deck little bowl real quick here. See if they have a bolt here. They haven't played any yet. They do not. That's good for us. So we'll get that. Auto yield to these. We're going to crack this right away because I know they have a Culligan's Command in their hand. So I don't want this to die to a Culligan's Command. Alright, I'm going to run and grab deck little bowl real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to get your bowl. Alright, Bobby. God. They've taken 3 damage and 4 Bob flips. Taken 3 damage and 4 Bob flips. Here you go, Declan. I still think killing the Tarmogoyf was right. There's nothing salty about it. Just like observing the fact that they've taken 3 and that many Bob flips is good for them, or lucky is like accurate. So I think we're just supposed to leave this Bob in play at this point. I think him flipping some stuff over would be good for us. Alright, so do I want to draw this bolt, or do I want to be able to flash in Bounding Krasis to save my Courser from this? I suppose I could crack this to draw this to hit a red land to bolt the Liliana. I don't hate that, actually. Sweet. And we got a card draw out of it. Eternal Witness on top is good. Just take the Liliana off the table here. Go back to 12. Their Goyf's a little bit big. We can pick Tireless Tracker back up with this Eternal Witness, though, which is good for us, and then get 2 more clues, which is nice. They have Culligan's Command and then 2 cards we don't know. Yep. I could also potentially just redraw the Lightning Bolt here. And just like Krasis, tap their Goyf, and then untap smash them. That doesn't seem bad. Pauper's going to be this afternoon, about 6 hours from now. About 6 hours from now, we'll play some Pauper. Alright, so... what am I getting? Oh, I have a Bloodbraid Elf in my bin, huh? That could definitely just be the pickup. Yeah, that's definitely the pickup, right? Like 10 out of 10. Right about that. Witness back my Bloodbraid Elf is kind of great. Maybe there's probably be a second Witness in this deck. Probably be a second Witness in this deck. Probably gonna Spell Pierce the Skull against command, right? I kind of wanted to play Bounding Krasis out, but denying them that seems good. No, the card that you get from the Bloodbraid Elf's Cascade casts before the Bloodbraid Elf is on the battlefield. Man, that's a beating. And they drew... wait. What did they... so they just like had one of those in their hand? Because they flipped a Tarmogoyf, right? I think I'm just gonna shuffle this. Do I want to shuffle this? I think I do. Well, I guess double tapping their stuff at their end of turn is going to be pretty good here. Yeah, I guess that's actually not... yeah, I'm actually just going to draw this. Coiling Oracle. I'm going to crack this fetch now, just in case we find a land on top of our deck. Perfect. So, double Krasis into Bloodbraid Elf, and then if I hit a land that's untapped, I can actually fire up Raging Ravine and play Bloodbraid Elf next turn, which is nice. So they're going to gain a health, though. They can gain up to 3 health here with their Scavenging Ooze. Come on, Bob. Just do like 3 or 4 points of damage to him. God! They've taken 5 points of damage in 6 turns. 7 turns with this? No, 6 turns. Turns 3 through 9. Lordy. The good news is if they want to play another Tarmogoyf here, they can only make the Scavenging Ooze 1 larger, so that's good for us. I'm definitely like running the no blocks here. No blocks. I'm pretty sure we're all in on trying to kill them this turn, right? Pretty sure we're all in on trying to kill them. I'm gonna crack this fetch to see what's on top of my deck before I make decisions with these Bounding Krasis. Another Bloodbraid. Yeah, definitely all in on trying to kill them. So I'm going to tap Dark Confidant here because I want them to get another Dark Confidant trigger. Definitely want them to have another Dark Confidant trigger. This is sweet. We have some grind. I'm excited. And then I'll diddle their Tarmogoyf. But we are dead in the water if we don't kill them this turn or with their Dark Confidant trigger. But actually, if they just have stone bricks in their hand, they're just dead, right? Because they can go to 9, but then they're going to take 9 on this attack. Like, assuming both these Bloodbraid Elves hit stone bricks. We also just have, like, 2 more Bounding Krasis in my deck that we could cascade into. That seems pretty decent. It actually doesn't do anything, right? Actually does nothing. I guess it means their Scavenging Ooze dies. Yeah, but I don't expect the Tireless Tracker to live. I stand by the assessment that I made there, Night of St. Draft. I know, and like this is again, I feel like you're just being, yep, there we go. There we go. So sweet. So this is gonna get a Bounding Krasis here. So then they have to have both their cards in hand have to be removal spells to not die here. Because this is gonna cascade into Bounding Krasis and tap their Scavenging Ooze. There's no evolutions in my deck. There are no evolutions in my deck right now. You don't want evolutions post-board in a matchup like this. Diddle that one. You want some water, Declan? Alright, so they need like bolt or bolt terminate. So we might not win here, but I feel like we gave ourselves the best chance to win. What's up? Yeah, got him. Sweet. Need some water? We don't have any more green water. No, there's no green water out. I'm gonna get you some regular water, okay? Be right back. We are not playing another league after this. This is just one league this morning. I've got some other work I have to do, and then I'll be back this afternoon. We're going to be doing a pauper all afternoon. Yeah, I think so. Going back to that turn again where we killed the Tarmogoyf as opposed to the Dark Confidant. Like, I get that we had cards that could draw cards, but like that was more reason to just try and grind with the Confidant while also hoping it kills them. What land am I fetching? Actually, no. It's probably Breeding Pool. I guess I could get Steam Vents and hope to hit another green source here, but that seems a little loose. I don't look at deck lists while I am streaming, but you're welcome to post a list in chat and get other people's opinion about it. Links are enabled. Alright, so we just want to kill them as quick as possible, right? That's what this means. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get Breeding Pool here. And probably play Coiling Oracle on 2 here, because it gives us a chance to Bloodbraid on 3. It gives us the best chance to play a Bloodbraid quickly and like slam into them. Yeah, Izzet Charm's counter mode will be good. Izzet Charm's a card that's really overperformed. I could see playing a third copy of it even in this deck. I just didn't have a good cut for it. I kind of want a second Eternal Witness too. Sweet. Land, please. Land, please. Ding. Fries are done. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. It's a good die roll to win. Bum, 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 bum. Post board, we could turn this Coiling Oracle into a Glen Elendra, which is sweet. This list doesn't have enough uncastable creatures, right? And like, if this Bloodbraid Elf finds a Bounding Krasis, we can evolve the Bloodbraid Elf the following turn into a Kiki and combo them. Which is nice. Which is nice. And then we do get to curve, even if we don't find that, we get to curve Bloodbraid into Strangleroot Geist, hold up Izzet Charm, which is nice. Ad Nauseum is really sweet. We actually played it on stream for 2 leagues yesterday. One of the leagues is on YouTube. The other one, I actually have to edit it and upload it today because we had some moto issues that required me to split it up into 2 parts, so I gotta manually merge it. Bolt wasn't a stellar hit there, but like, you know, makes our clock a little bit faster, I suppose. So next turn, they're gonna have Lotus Bloom available, which means they could potentially be comboing us. Yeah, this is on life. We could be dead through this Spell Pierce even here, which is unfortunate. I don't have anything in my main deck that's particularly good here, right? Not really. Okay, so it's just this into Smash. Yeah. They could not have Ad Nauseum, but that's pretty unlikely. They don't have an untapped land or a Spirit Guide in hand. We could Spell Pierce the Ad Nauseum, but this was pretty good. This also buys them extra time against what's it called? I don't have a Rex Sage in my main deck, so if I had a Rex Sage in my main deck, we could have taken them off of this. Which we could still be dead through taking them off of that, but it would have been ideal to disrupt them. So, yep, looks like we're dead. I just want to take a look at their deck, figure out what the details are. It looks like they're just playing pretty stock Ad Nauseum. We've got Fulminator Mages in our sideboard. I don't think you really need into something like an Acidic Slime main deck. I think every card in your deck that costs more than 3 mana comes at a real price. Like pretty typical Ad Nauseum here. Right, so Fulminator sounds great. Rex Sage sounds great. Abrade's fine for fucking with their artifact mana. Glen's okay. These lightning bolts are not particularly good. No, the correct line is to Spell Pierce the Ad Nauseum. Like, why would I Spell Pierce the thing that they just pay for and then go off the following turn? Could you explain to me why I would want to do that? Why wouldn't I just want to counter their spell that actually wins the game? I don't understand why you would suggest that we shouldn't counter the spell that actually wins the game. I don't know if Blood Moon's good here or not. How do I feel about Blood Moon? I guess they don't have a lot of basics, right? And if I'm bringing in Abrades and stuff to kill their artifact mana, maybe this is good. Yeah, I can see that being the case. Yeah, it's hard to get double block. I think Blood Moon in combination with like things that kill artifacts seems fine. Huntmaster's pretty slow here. The Tireless Trackers are probably a little bit better. Alright, yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I don't think this is a Jace matchup. I think I'd rather just have like my random shitty beaters. I think Tracker's better than Courser because it beats a little bit better. Maybe this is good because it's another 2-drop to evolve into Glen. That's probably fine. It doesn't give me an extra turn. It's literally the same outcome if they have a land. So here's the decision trees for those who don't understand why you shouldn't Spell Pierce the Lotus Bloom. Okay, if I Spell Pierce the Lotus Bloom and they have Ad Nauseum but not another land, I get another turn. If I don't Spell Pierce the Lotus Bloom and they have Ad Nauseum and not another land, I get to counter Ad Nauseum, and then they don't have their Ad Nauseum to win the game with anymore. That's why you don't do that. 3 mana is a lot of mana in your aggressive deck. Izzet Charm is barely possible because it gets to shock things. Like this card is, I would play more Izzet Charm before I even thought about registering Supreme Will. Supreme Will is really slow and clunky, and the fact that it can't impact the board. Like, remember, Modern is a format where most of your matchups are about how quickly can I impact the board and how meaningful is my impact going to be on the board. So playing cards that guaranteed never impact the board and can only interact with things in the stack come at a very real cost. This hand's just not good enough, which is sad. Like, if any of these 5 cards at random were a second land, we'd snap it off, but that's pretty frustrating. There are 19 green sources in this deck, I believe. I have 2 steam vents, an island, and a mountain that don't make green, and then I have 19 lands that make green. We literally have Eldritch Evolution to cheat into it. There's literally Eldritch Evolutions in our deck, so I'm not sure what your question is. Is it better because we don't have Eldritch Evolution? Well, we have Eldritch Evolution, so I'm confused by your question. How did I have 2 draws at a land to play turn 2 Blood Moon? I had 1 draw at a land, right? There wasn't a Coiling Oracle in that hand, was it? If there was a Coiling Oracle in that hand, you're right, I should have kept it. But I don't think there was a Coiling Oracle, right? Yep, nope. No, we're on the play, Burgle. We lost that game. On the draw, I would have kept that hand. We're on the play, we lost the first game. I think you're right that that hand's a fine keep on the draw. I think the upside is worthwhile. Yep. Yeah, I agree with your assessment. If we're on the draw, I think that first hand is completely fine. We can miss a land for 1 turn here, maybe. We miss a land drop next turn. I'm just going to go to the next match. Why? We kept... Well, like, you just want maximum number. Why would you want to cut your combo pieces, Shiny Duck? Like, why do you want why do we want our combo to be less consistent against a deck that's putting pressure on us to end the game? Like, that seems like the opposite of what you want to do, right? Like, I want as many combo pieces in my deck as possible so I can be as redundant as possible to combo them as consistently as possible. Like, cutting your combo pieces in a matchup that's often going to be about comboing them as soon as possible seems super wrong. Unless, like, I don't understand what you're saying. But it sounds like you're saying we should cut Krasis because we have Eldritch Evolution. But, like, with that logic, we just, like, wouldn't play Krasis. We just, like, only play 1. But I think Krasis is a fine creature. And, like, remember, you need combo piece 1 plus combo piece 2. So, like, Krasis is combo piece 1. Declan, you want bot toys? Bring the phone here, and I will help you find bot toys. Where'd your phone go? Oh, your phone's over here. Your phone's over here. Dad's a liar. He took it. I got you. I got you, kid. There's your bot toys. There you go. Enjoy. You cannot pay for Logic Knot. Morning, Moon Boots. No 3rd land. That's good for us. I think I just want to Krasis here. I don't want to give them a chance to spend their mana on my turn. I'm just going to preserve my health total here. Although there is merit to leaving basic lands in my deck, which is kind of appealing. Yeah, I'm going to fetch a shock land here, actually. It is unfortunate that Bounding Krasis can't diddle lands like Deceiver Exarch, but the fact that it's a 3/3 inside of combat is just so much potent. Like, that match against Jund really shows, like, why this card's a little bit better than the other ones. Alright, so... do I just go Tireless Tracker and get my value here? I think I do. I think I'm just gonna pass here. You want to wait for them to make the move, because if they kill my thing, I then fetch in response and get another clue. The reason here's a dirty little secret that maybe Jim doesn't understand. And his assessment might be right that blue-white is better than blue-white-red, but you don't play blue-white-red to play Blood Moon and Miracles. You play blue-white-red to play red Elemental Blast and Miracles, because Legacy is a wasteland of inbred degenerate blue decks that are all just trying to outgrind and outvalue each other. That's Legacy's dirty secret, in case you were unaware and aren't looking at the format. Ooh, okay. Lightning Bolt's gonna be real good. So, Blood Moon is an upside, but Red Elemental Blast is the reason to play the Red Splash and Miracles. It makes you much better in the mirror match. Much better in the mirror match. We're in an okay spot here. They likely don't have Supreme Verdict in their deck if they're playing Spell Crawlers in the main. They could have them post board, but usually Spell Crawlers in the main means you're not going to have them post board. Now, I think Krasis is just like, it advances both halves of your game plan, right? It advances your combo them game plan and your beatdown game plan. Yep, sure. No, this is going to be the only league this morning. I'm going to be back this afternoon for a long afternoon stream like I've been doing. So this is interesting. Do I want to crack a clue, or do I want to just cascade past this? I don't really want to draw a Kiki-Jiki, right? Do we ever want to draw a Kiki-Jiki? So let's just cascade past him. And we didn't get to a land, unfortunately, but we did get a little bit of pressure going here, which is nice. I thought about cracking the clue because I really wanted to hit a land, but my plan, just like not draw Kiki, sounds great. Also, this gets more pressure on the table potentially. Counterspelling this, that seems fine for me. Yeah, we're gonna play Pauper this afternoon. You can find the bot is dead. The donation queue link is here. Hopefully the bot list. I didn't realize how much we used the bot until we didn't have it. The bot got banned on Twitch for some reason. Huh. I think I want to crack this clue and draw this Bloodbraid, right? Deal. I don't actually ever need double blue, right? So I'm just getting an extra green for the Scavenging Ooze. Yeah. Yeah, I think this deck is sweet. I think the games we've lost so far, we've gotten pretty genuinely unfortunate in. I think the core game plan is very reasonable. We're playing a lot of just like genuinely good Magic cards. Geist is like kind of scary, but not really, right? It's a shame. It's a shame we don't have a 3-drop in play here, because if we actually had a 3-drop in play here, we could have killed them, right? We could have just gone like Evolution plus Krasis kill you. gonna start by casting this Bloodbraid Elf because we could hit a Tireless Tracker before we play lands for the turn. This is kind of like hitting a Tireless Tracker, right? Huh. Do I want Tireless Tracker, or do I just want to get Strangleroot Geist here and smash them? Is it nuts to just get Strangleroot Geist here and smash them? I guess get Tracker, make 2 clues is probably pretty unbeatable, but like, with their thing in play, I kind of just want to be aggressive. No, Strangleroot Geist is definitely better than Bloodbraid Elf number 2. Remember, we don't get a Cascade trigger. This doesn't cast it, it just puts it into play. We're definitely on the beatdown. Oh, I could Evo the Tracker into a Kiki. Well, we can Evo the Bloodbraid into a Kiki, right? I don't have an accurate frame of reference. We've played 3 matches with this deck. 4 matches with this deck. I can't tell you how it compares to John did an accurate assessment. Yeah, we do have plenty of value in our hand. Yeah, I think it's just Strangleroot Geist. I think we're going to die before we can use all the cards we have already anyways. Get another forest here again, just like, again, maximizing how many green we have for the Scavenging Ooze next turn, potentially. Huh. That's actually Haas I don't know, HA7. Like that's actually not a bad idea. There should maybe be like Pestermite's an evasive threat as well. Maybe there should be a Pestermite so we can do lines like that. That's really interesting. These Strangleroot Geists have been really good. Yeah, we had a couple different ways we could go for the win here. We could have, like, gotten Evolution into Kiki, but honestly, it's just, like, play Strangleroot Geist, kill them. Yeah, just play Strangleroot Geist, kill them. Alright, so... God, I don't even know if I want Jace in my deck right now. This card seems really bad. We're just playing with a 13-card sideboard this league, it feels like. I just, like, keep looking at these Jaces and going... Nah, never mind. Nah, never mind. Not really. These Jaces are just super rancid. You want these Blood Moons? I think this is a matchup where I definitely want Blood Moon. I think Glen Elendra is fine, Burgle. I think turning my Evolution into a counterspell against aggressive decks is, like, more than reasonable. But he's going to Rude Modern. Yeah, not everyone was like that. There are a bunch of really loud people that were like that. The bot's dead, Justin. Google link Discord to Twitch. There's a tutorial. If you can't find it, message me and I'll give you the link after the stream. I can track it down. Like, what do I even want to cut? Like, I have too many 4-drops, right? Like, look at my curve. Like, my curve doesn't want more Jace. Doesn't want Jace in it. I'm pretty sure I'd rather have Glen and Pia than Jace. And, like, I don't have a second island in my mana base, so I can't Jace under Blood Moon. Yeah, if we don't see Queller and we see Wrath, trimming some bolts for Jace seems fine. But I think under the assumption that they're keeping Queller in their deck, I wanna board like this. If Jace was Domri Raid, God, that's such a good question. Could we play a Domri Raid in the board? I don't know if that's good, but the next time we play this deck, there's going to be at least one Domri Raid in the board. Dormery Raid sounds like total aces. That sounds like a card I am into play. Ship. How many creatures in our deck? We got a bunch, right? Yeah, 28 creatures. We can get deal Domri plus Courser going. I remember the fine days of Domri Courser. I've never seen Domri hit a creature out as plus. Oh, you know what? That was the wrong land. I should have let on the fetch, right? Yeah, I should have let on the fetch. Because I have this Copperline Gorge too, and I want to fetch twice ideally before playing this Blood Moon. Are we still in the business of mana leaking and logic dotting my oracles? No, we're not. Alright. Would you like to pay 2? I would not. Yeah, I think Domri's a very reasonable Magic card. I'll start by attacking for 1 here. I'm not going to play into a... What's it called here? So I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn. I love that Bounding Krasis lets us play a little bit of a flash game, right? Yeah, Coiling Oracle has been great. The card consistently impresses me. Yeah, Domri off of Cascade also sounds great. Concur with that. Yes, I would like to untap my snack. Thank you. Another Blood Moon, huh? Okay, I'm gonna start by attacking with this. I think I'm just gonna Witness and pick back up my Misty Rainforest here. I think Domri's better than Nissa Voice of Zendikar. Do we play the Skoos too? I don't think so. I think I want to try and choke their mana before I play the Skoos. What is this? Gideon, sure. Well, that was a great draw, because now I get to get green and get to get... I should attack first. Stack here first. I get to get green and blue and have all my basics out. This deck's a gas. This deck's playing a bunch of cards that I love playing. None of those colors are red. Huh. I don't need to Fulminator them, right? Welcome to Modern. Enjoy your stay. Nah, I think that's too aggressive. I think Fulminator the fetch like sends up a red flag. You know what? In the event they had something weird here like Spell Pierce or Disrupting Shell, I probably should have left up a red mana, right? So I could cast the second Blood Moon. Because I really want Blood Moon to happen this turn, right? Chose to get white mana. Interesting. They have a basic island in their hand? Or they just have more basic islands to draw to, maybe? Oh, because they can path their night, right? They can path their night, which lets them get a basic island. And this destroys non-basic lands. Yeah. This is a good line on the opponent's part. Give them the best chance to stay in the game. You want bot toys? Green bot toys. Okay. I got the green bot toys hook up. Ooh. Ooh, found a piece of candy, chat. Found a piece of candy. Declan. Here you go. Roll if you want. Poor Scavenging Ooze, I hardly knew you. Let's eat a Path to Exile out of here. I think their Snapcaster Mage is marginally worse. We're really good at cascading into Bolt today. This hits, they're going to 3. Sweet. So we've got 2 more bolts in our deck that are just lethal now at this point. We also have lethal on board. Snapcaster Mage prevents us from having lethal on board, but that's fine. Probably pretty dead here. Trying to imagine like what they could cast off 1 basic planes. Alright, we're 2-2. This deck's a lot of fun. I think there's a couple of small details I need to fix, like cutting this terrible, mostly unplayable card from my sideboard, but the core of this deck is fun. Strangleroot Geist has been good. I'm not 3 Scavenging Oozes might be overkill. I don't know, this card's pretty good against Jund though, so like I kind of want to try it some more. That's definitely a deck I'm going to put some more thought into. I kind of wouldn't hate a second Eternal Witness in the 75. The Blood Moons were good there, but I'm not 100% sure if that's a card I necessarily want in my 75. It's probably fine. It steals game wins. Modern's a format that's about stealing wins more than earning them. Has Huntmaster done anything? I'm not sure, Burgle. It might just be better to have the Pia in the main, honestly. I kind of had him there as a burn hedge at one point, and then, yeah, I had Goyf, and then when I cut Serum Visions, I cut Tarmogoyf because, like, Tarmogoyf is a 2-3 and a 3-4, just isn't very good, and Strangleroot Geist is both more aggressive and has more synergy with Eldritch Evolution. Izzet Charm's actually very good. Izzet Charm's a card I could consider wanting a 3rd in the 75, just because it's a counter spell that we can cascade into and not have it be a complete dud. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, Courser's extra good with Domri, and like Courser's just a good magic card, right? It might be that I don't need a value 4-drop to evolution into. That could just be the case too. I just don't need a value 4-drop to evolution into. That definitely makes me get to it sooner, Justin. I do play decks that I just want to play occasionally, but if they're in the queue, I always get to them sooner. We have another turn 3 Bloodbraid Elf. Turn 3 Bloodbraid Elves are my favorite. I think Solemn's not what we're looking to do. But this is definitely one of the decks that I need to find. I'm planning to play. Yes, we're so good at Coiling Oracle. I'm playing the Milwaukee Open in April, so this is definitely one of the modern decks I could consider playing at that tournament. It feels like reasonably powerful, and it's been a lot of fun to actually play. Yeah, that's fair, Burgle. I kind of like that assessment. Oh no! Oh no! My opponent's holding up counter magic. How could we ever beat through a counter magic with a 4-drop? 4-drops are so bad against counter magic, chat. 4-drops are so bad against counter magic. Cascade trigger. We have 2 bolts in our hand, so yeah, maybe we won't hit a bolt this time. Deal. I don't know if Thrun's good enough. Like, I would have to play this deck against decks like Jeskai more, and if the Jeskai matchup felt like it might be bad, then a Thrun could be okay, but I'd be kind of surprised if our Jeskai matchup is bad, especially with Blood Moon in the board. Coiling Oracle. It's kind of mediocre in the face of counter magic. Yeah, I agree. Thrun's been a card that I've not been impressed with in the past. It's a card I'm willing to revisit, but it's a card I also haven't been impressed with. Rawr. Watch us get spell snared. Charge! Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Do. So, here's the thing. Against control, we board out Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution is not a card I want against control decks. You are... Oh, no. Grass, I started celebrating. Don't have another bolt. Don't have another bolt. They have another bolt. Tilt. So, unfortunately, I had to fetch a non-basic in order to... They're gonna get by, yep. I had to fetch a non-basic to play the Strangleroot Geist last turn, so hopefully we draw more bolts and Bloodbraid Elves. Hey, Justin, I'll put this, I'll just leave it in the queue. We'll get back to it again later. They have a Snapcaster Mage here, could be in a little bit of trouble. Sweet, so they just need more bolts. I am standing. I am in fact standing up. Well, they don't have any blue mana, so let's do this. They could have Disrupting Shoal, I guess. Some of these decks have been playing that card. I should have figured out what I was doing with this, right? This is probably just Strangleroot Geist, right? Is this supposed to be a Strangleroot Geist? Is it just Geist Charge? I think it's Geist Charge. Is there a good 3 or 4 drop haste creature that we could put into our deck? I feel like I really want a good 3 or 4 drop creature with haste. Just for like when we're in these mediocre aggressive game plans. Vengevine. Vengevine is sweet. Vengevine is sweet because we can cast 2 creatures in a turn, especially with Bloodbraid Elf to flip it back. I kind of like Vengevine. I kind of like Vengevine. I don't know if Rabblemaster's bad in this deck. Butcher of the Horde. Yeah, I kind of really like the idea of Vengevine. I have to think on that one, but I like the idea of it. I don't know. I gotta work on the details, but Vengevine sounds like a card, like a fun of that could be sweet. Alright. Is this a Birds Out matchup? They are a grindy deck, right? Like, they're probably bringing in sweepers against us. Can someone please get Burgled here to stop? I just want a good haste threat, chat. I just want a good haste threat. Thanks everyone for hanging out this morning. I appreciate it. This is going to be my only league for this morning because I have to get some other stuff done, and I have a long stream scheduled for this afternoon. If you're a Pauper fan or someone that's interested in checking out the Pauper format, we're going to do our first Pauper stream in a while this afternoon. We're going to play 4 or 5 different decks, so I'll be back about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is approximately 5 hours from now. So we're going to finish this matchup, and then I'm going to be off for the morning. Chandra's Phoenix for the Bolt Synergy. All right, what are we doing in this matchup, chat? I don't want Fulminator here because they're not Jeskai. If these were other grindy cards, I'd want them, but I don't know that I want... This is probably the Jace matchup, right? Let's just put the Jaces in and let's feel it out. This is the Jace matchup. That's what this is. This is finally it. We're gonna get Blood Moon to not be able to cast him. All right, yep. I think Hazoret, we have too many cards in our hand a lot of the time. I think Hazoret's a little bit too slow, but maybe Hazoret's tough to remove. And like the fact that we could search for him might make him worthwhile. Shaman of the Great Hunt. I feel like I've seen this card before. Holy God, yeah, I've played this card in Standard. I've played this card in Standard. That's magic card right there. That's a magic card right there. I think our general game plan is going to be to play through Blood Moon as opposed to wanting to destroy it. So he's actually not a combo with Geist Burgle, right? Because he does what's the word I'm searching for? He turns off the persist if they hit before they've undied or before they undie. I think Hazoret or Vengevine are probably the cards I'd like to try as a 4-drop aggressive card. I think it's Vengevine or Hazoret. Hazoret seems kind of sweet. It gives us like random reach too, which is nice. You're sacrificing Geist to put him into play. Okay, yeah, I could buy that for $1. Did they leave him Blood Moon against us? We're just gonna get... Nope, sweet. Did not leave him Blood Moon. Good, God bless. So... do I just play Tireless Tracker here? I think I do. I think I just cracked this from my other basic forest and play Tireless Tracker. Yeah, and like, Mardu felt kind of hard, right? And Hazoret's a card that kind of dunks on most Mardu builds. I like that Hazoret's a card that dunks on a lot of Mardu builds. Oh, this is great. Resolves. All right, so I will bring in the Reclamation Sage post board now that we know they're on this plan. But For now, we're just gonna unsummon it. Now that we know they're in this plan, look at that! Jace is doing work. 4 mana unsummon. Getcha. And I'm gonna bring in, I have Abrades in my sideboard. We'll bring in the Abrades as well. If they have Snapcaster or Bolt, they get to kill the Jace, but they now have an 8-drop in their hand, so... We could still lose this game. Like, they could just, like, control the board, hit land drops, and then stick that and kill it. It's like, don't have a way to take it off the board outside of unsummoning it currently. Yeah, this is Snapcaster. Oh, you know what? I was thinking I wanted a card for beating Storm. Eidolon or Scabclan Berserker seems sweet. I was like, I don't have any good hate bears in these colors for beating Storm. But you're right, we do have... Those are cards that exist. Because I was expecting my opponent to not have Blood Moon against us. Because on the off chance they cast Blood Moon, I wanted to... On the off chance they cast Blood Moon, I wanted both my forests in play. Is why I sequenced my lands the way I did. Well, we can't cast Fatigue. I didn't want to splash a color. I wanted it to be actually castable if we draw it, and Eidolon seems like a great choice. Let's have another Madcap. Yeah, we're cold to this, right? Just gonna concede the game. Going with my life. Alright, so Rec Sage and Abrades over these lightning bolts. Seems fine. What card am I stopping with that counter? Use your words. A counter is good to keep up because it does, and then fill in the blank. Because it wouldn't have countered a Jace, it wouldn't have countered a Madcap Experiment. Like, we weren't gonna hit it, we didn't hit it that turn, so we were gonna have to draw it, we're gonna have to draw it and have them not have Remand, Snapcaster Mage, or Cryptic Command. So, like, I get it, we weren't 0%, but we were close to 0%. I have other stuff to do today. We're not gonna sit there and click through a game back and forth. Yeah, and like, that's the question you want to ask yourself, right? Like, people are like, a counter is good to hold up there because it feels good, but like, you want to ask yourself, what is holding up a counter here actually doing? And I think the answer to that question is, it doesn't counter anything meaningful that we care about, so I should just kill their thing while they're tapped out. So, again, the cards I actually care about countering, they play a 6 land, and now I actually don't have a counter spell, and I just, like, passed without using my mana, which feels really bad, and doesn't sound like something I'm interested in doing. Boarded out 2 birds, have bird on 1. That's professionalism. Nah, Mystic Snake is slow and clunky. Mystic Snake is slow and clunky. For a real professional, we'll hit a land with this Coiling Oracle too and get to go Oracle Scavenging Ooze here. What is Timbermare? Why isn't the bot alive? I have to keep looking these up. God, that's a card. Man, Timbermare, huh? That... Survey says? Rats! Alright, your move, Yugi boy. We really need to hit a land next turn. We really need to hit a land next turn. Land, please. Sweet. Alright, so This is interesting. Do I want to try and play my tracker and get value, but they passed here, right? So because they're passing, I should probably just play Bloodbraid Elf and leverage the fact that they don't have. Yeah, I think it's just play Bloodbraid Elf. I think it's just play Bloodbraid Elf here. They very obviously are holding up a counterspell. Oh, that's frustrating. I guess we're good at hitting. They remanded my blood. Yes. Yes, resolves. So we took the right line. We weren't rewarded, but we did make the correct play. Not having a land here sucks. Pretty cold to like an Anger of the Gods. This is Temur Kiki, catching us right at the end here. Remember, if you didn't catch all of the stream today, we've been going for about an hour and a half. We played 5 matches this morning in entire league. I'm gonna get this uploading to my YouTube channel. It'll be live probably in half an hour or so. So we need to run some lands off here. We're not in too terrible of a spot. Fetch land, please. Fetch land, please. Fetch land, please. Right, that'll do. That'll do. I'm just supposed to stick the Jace here, right? Just like Jace plus. I'm gonna Jace plus on myself so I could try and find a land. They bolted the tracker because they didn't know that I didn't have a land. This feels bad, but yes, I have to put that on the bottom because I don't have a red source because I fetch basics around Blood Moon, which fetching around the Blood Moon might be wrong at this point in the game. Having fetched around the Blood Moon might have been a mistake. I think there's a good chance they boarded out. Okay. It's not amazing, but it's fine. I feel like the Jace and the Bloodbraid decks, a lot of them aren't very good in the format, so like, I don't think I want a bunch of extra cards in my sideboard that are like super narrow. I think I'd rather have cards that... I think I'd rather have cards that have higher impact. So do I want to go Scooze here, or do I want to go Tireless Tracker, Shock, 2-drop? I kind of just want to go Scooze here. And just like tapped Copperline Gorge, Scooze. I think is my line. Yeah. Draw the Tireless Tracker next turn. No, I'm definitely not playing a single spell this turn because my opponent's representing Cryptic Command. So playing a single spell while they're holding up Cryptic Command is the absolute worst thing you can do with your mana. You're letting your opponent 1-for-0 you, and you're not gaining any advantage from it. Alright, well since this happened, do I just like play my tapped land and pass? Yeah, I think so. I think I just play my land and pass here. What? Are we dead? Alright, well, we might be dead. Yeah, Jet. Alright. The old opponent misclicked and untapped our thing, not that it really matters. Woo! Whoosh! I was sweating there a little bit, chat. I was sweating there for a second. It was a little, it's getting a little hot. It's getting a little hot in here. Little bit warm. A little bit warm. Yeah, they did madcap us in game 2. Resolves. If you target anger, your trigger will resolve. Right. Targeting Serum Visions is not gonna. The swap's neat. I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly neat. I do know I just got done tap with my Jace for a 3rd turn though, so that feels good. I knew that it would not. It feels good, and we knew that it would not. Beep 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 beep. All right, so I think I'm gonna go put back Rec Sage Stomping Ground. Probably play Tireless Tracker here with Izzet Charm up. I think that's the line. I can Izzet Charm a Cryptic Command. I think I'm just supposed to start beating them down, right? Like they're at 13, they're pressuring my Jace instead of my health total. I should have tapped this in response just in case they misclicked again. That's fine though, right? The donation queue is here. I'm not sure if there's Classic Jund in there at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna try and kill one of these. Keep my Jace around. Yep. Alright, well the opponent's almost out of gas here at this point. Yeah, I feel like we just want to get aggressive here, right? I'm gonna shock this in, and I'm gonna attack with everything here. If they want to trade 2 for 1 on one of these, I'm fine with that. Double jump? Seriously? That seems loose. It's Eternal Witness now, right? Get my Jace back. I guess there couldn't even be an argument for getting my fetch line back. I kind of like already have a lot of value in my hand. Maybe I was just supposed to get the fetch land back there instead of the Jace. Yeah, definitely wish I got the fetch land back. So they can't cast Kiki here, right? So I should just eat 2 things. They only have 4 lands and they have 1 card. Like, make this a 5/5 and make it very lethal. No, I don't really care about Moon. It makes Jace uncastable, but I think we're just ahead on board, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna let them go to 3 here. I guess they could have another one of these at end of turn and then untap and draw Kiki. Okay, so that didn't happen, so that's good. Alright, I think we got them covered. Because this even kills their Madcap experiment. So GG's opponent. A Zealous Conscript. Zealous Conscripts could be sweet. That is actually a card that went through my mind when I was building the deck. It's just tough because, like, we're primarily an aggressive deck, right? With, like, we actually didn't combo at all in that league, right? We were just we played against a bunch of mostly fair decks, and we boarded out Eldritch Evolution and Kiki a lot, and we were just, like, this Temur aggro deck in most of those games, right? Like, Izzet Charms for some disruption, and Lightning Bolts and stuff like that, and just, like, sweet Krasises and Bloodbraids. This deck's awesome. Justin sent another donation so we can add it back into the queue. I'm gonna have to put some thought into changes I want to make to this, but I like this deck a lot. It's also a lot of fun to play, which is always a bonus for me. At any rate, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate that. This was just a quick morning stream for me. I'm doing a lot of afternoon streams now too, so I'll be back in about 4.5 hours from now. No, 5.5 hours? Math is hard. 4.5 hours from now at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll be back. We're going to be doing Pauper all afternoon. I don't think I want 2 Domries, but yeah, these Jaces were, like, definitely poop soup. So these Jaces will be something else next time. Maybe 1 Domry and 1 something else. I'll have to think on what that something else is. Huntmaster wasn't stellar. I was happy with most of the other cards we played, though. So, you know, reasonable spot. At any rate, folks, I will catch all of y'all this afternoon. Thank you, as always, for the support. Big shout out to my subs. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. So, catch you later, folks. And remember, if you didn't catch all this league, it's going to get uploading to YouTube now. Usually takes about ½ hour to upload and process. Uploading takes 2 minutes with my fiber internet, but processing for YouTube takes a little while since it's 1440p. So, catch that on the YouTubes if you didn't catch it all live. So, peace, folks.